Good afternoon and welcome to Obidati Family TV. This is Go and Verify, where we talk about Mr. Peter Obi's past achievements. But before we move further, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Sharon Enenchuku and with me is...
P. Catch. You're welcome to the program.
Okay, you can already see that someone is not here. In case you don't know, Jessica should be here, but because of something really important, she's not. Okay, let's dive into the topic for today. Our topic is past allegations against Mr. Peter Obi. Today, we know we've been talking about, oh my goodness, this is what Mr. Peter Obi has achieved, this is what he's done in the past, but today it's a little bit different. We are going to be looking at some of the allegations against Mr. Peter Obi and his response, not just his response, but his team's response to those allegations, okay?
Okay.
There are so many. Funny enough, I didn't know there was so much until I started paying close attention. And it's just very funny, some of the things that I've seen. Number one, I want to start with this. This was when he was the governor of Anambra State.
Okay.
So Mr. Peter Obi was alleged to have destroyed 7 mosques in Onitsha and chased Hausa people out of Onitsha. And that's just crazy because, I mean, if you were in this was in, okay, so if you were in Onitsha or in Anambra State as of that time, I don't think there are 2 Onitshas, you understand, or if there are 2 Anambra States, because if there is, then I would understand, but if there is none, I do not understand this accusation. But in 2018, Mr. Peter Obi now dismissed that saying, and he called it, he said in his words, that was sheer fabrication and that it was wicked and inhuman. Let's talk about that a little and let's compare Mr. Peter Obi's personality, first of all, as a unifier and someone who respects not just other people's religion but ethnicity. And some of these allegations that I have heard doesn't even fit. You know, against somebody, or you want to frame somebody, it should be something believable. This is definitely not believable. So in case you have heard something like this, or you've heard someone that heard something like this, you should know that on Go and Verify, we are telling you that that did not happen, not in anywhere in Anambra State. Did they chase Hausa people out or destroy 7 mosques for that matter? Any allegations that you want to bring up, Pikachu?
Okay, I have one here. They said that those who know Peter Obi
will attest to the fact that he's been a drug dealer, right?
That he has been a drug dealer. Beginning from his days as an undergraduate at UNN, and that he was hardly attending lectures and only managed to graduate with a 3rd class in philosophy after spending 12 years in the university. Man, this is outrageous. Like, people are really mean.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting. Like, okay, it's not enough that he was a drug dealer.
Yes,
but also he hardly attended lectures.
True.
And then he graduated with a 3rd class.
After 12 years.
Jeez, man.
Even if you are alone, though.
Oh my.
12 years. Are you playing? What kind of play is that? And then this is just so hilarious. I think these people were trying to be funny. Let's just agree that they were trying to be funny, because in no way is this even Mr. Peter Obi. Okay, first of all, now let's look at the response to this accusation. So let's clear the air. Peter Obi attended UNN, that's the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, from 1980 to 1984. He graduated with a 2nd class honor degree and did not have any extra year. Some of his classmates were Mr. Mike Uda. They went as far as giving their phone numbers to cross-check and verify. Mr. Kasmer Ugu, Stanford Uwadere. I'm not sure I got that pronunciation correct. And they referred to say that these classmates are still known, unlike others whose classmates are unknown. So I like that jab, because you know, there are some people who attended mysterious secondary schools in mysterious parts of Nigeria that we've not heard of. So I really like this. This is just very funny, because who will even think about Mr. Peter Obi spending 12 years? How?
That's not consistent with his character
at all.
You know, you can tell a man by, you know, his words and his actions.
Yeah.
You can tell a drug dealer also by his actions. And we have, you know, there's this candidate in this race that has been accused to have been involved in drug dealing and all of that in the past. And somehow you can see that when he talks, because he doesn't seem to, make
he has no
complete
coherence,
sense,
yes.
So you can see the effects of drug abuse and all of that.
The shaking and the ballad.
Exactly, So with Peter Obi, it's different. What we see is class. We see discipline. We see a principled man. Okay, we see a man that went to school. Okay,
that is cool.
Yes. Okay, so we just go ahead to debunk some of these allegations, and there's this second one I have here. Okay. They say his brother-in-law, who incidentally is one of the hirelings used by him for his nefarious drug trafficking business. These guys are really serious about this drug thing. Is currently languishing in jail in a faraway London. This is the major cause of strain between Obi and his in-laws. It is on record that his closeness to Dubem Obazie was the it doesn't really make sense here.
It doesn't even make any
because
sense.
The Dubem person served jail term for drug trafficking because of Obi. All right, so debunking this, the answer is that Obi has never had any strained relationship with his in-laws since he married. And Dubem Obaze was Peter convicted, and he drafted Obaze to serve for him, or what? Pure lies.
Lie. Because, okay, let's look at this for a minute. Let's be honest. This people, I don't even think, the people that I just honestly feel that the people that are bringing out these accusations or these allegations are the people that will come and tell you that Snake swallowed 36 million naira. So the kind of lies that they tell, it doesn't even make sense. It's not reasonable. When you want to lie, try and lie reasonably. Do you understand? Because let's look at what he said here. That his brother, or is it the brother-in-law, that served jail term for who? Let's be honest. If you are my best friend, you committed a crime, I will serve jail term for you. Why? Who will do that? So the Dubem, or what's his name, doesn't have a life. He doesn't have a life he wants to protect, right? I don't even understand where this thing comes from.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous, and it's very laughable. That is one of the things that you have to, get ready for whenever you are engaged in politics. All right, your opponents will definitely throw jabs at you and all sorts of accusations just to discredit your reputation and put you to the mud. Okay, we're going to take more of these allegations and, of course, debunk every one of them. But that will be after the break. We're going on a very short break now, but we'll be back very, very soon to continue on the program. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Mr. Peter Obi's administration built from scratch Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital with 25 building structures. His government funded transformation of massive infrastructural development, accreditation of 12 health institutions and 2 hospitals, and also built 10 maternal and childcare centers across the state. He is the first governor to purchase medical equipment worth over 135 million naira and 50 ambulances for the health sector in Anambra State, which remain functional till today. He built and equipped Dr. Jonwilo Heart Center in St. Joseph Hospital, Adazinnuku, where heart operations are performed. Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools. Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State and built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools. During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates. To promote reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy Dike Library, Oka. He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha and gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the first position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipends to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world, known as Sab Miller, to build their first greenfield facility in the state. He was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. Peter Obi constructed 2 bridges across the popular Agulu Lake in Anyocha local government area of Anambra State at the cost of 2 billion naira. He funded Agulu Lake Hotel Project, Golden Tulip, and reconstruction of Upper Iweka bridges at the axis of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway with 6 lanes. Peter Obi constructed 800-kilometer of road network between rural and urban areas. Some of the roads include Ibariam Internal Road, Ekulobia Ezinifite Road, Niger Drive Onitsha, Ifite Dunu Road, construction of Zik Avenue and Mpo Flyover, 30 verifiable bridges, Ezu Ebenebe Bridge, Oka North, Isu Anyocha Bridge, Opaka River Bridge, pedestrian bridge at permanent site Unizik Junction, Oka. He created industrial parks as catalysts for industrialization. He constructed and commissioned the Governor's Lodge at Annex Onitsha, FMR Customary Court of Appeal Complex, High Court buildings at Nnewi and Ogidi, Judges' Quarters at Onitsha. His visionary leadership brought unprecedented transformation to the local government in Anambra State. He made provision for 1.2 billion naira credit facilities to farmers in the state and cleared a 20 million naira debt owed banks as a result of the 2012 flood devastation. Peter Obi's administration purchased 90 buses and taxis for Anis Mass Transit Company. He adopted the best practice in waste disposal and provided over 300 million naira worth of waste evacuation trucks. The Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi handed 75 billion naira to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano. The credibility and reputation of Peter Obi as a competent visionary leader in public service governance and management of state resources remains undisputable.
Be that they vote for, they'll go vote for another person. So what will they try do now? They try teach people, show people say now the logo be this. So that the way you want votes, when you reach there, you go see one will be umbrella, not be for Peter Obi. You'll see one will be broom, not be for Peter Obi. Now this one will Papa, Mama, Pikin, Day, and that will be Peter Obi. So when you want vote.
Welcome back from that short break. Okay, before we went on that break, we've been talking about the past allegations against Mr. Peter Obi and debunking all of them. Before we went on the break, we talked about some of the funny things that we've heard. We've seen how they said that Mr. Peter Obi chased Hausas out of Onitsha and how he broke down 7 mosques and all that. We've seen accusations of him being a drug leader. So there was a time in a show where I was telling that I saw something. I didn't actually mention it, but I saw something like this. And under the comment sections, I was seeing Nigeria and said, "Oh my goodness, so Mr. Peter Obi is a drug. We love drug dealers. That's wonderful. We are going to support. We need someone that is that rugged." So this was what I saw, and that was what made me laugh, because at this point, Nigerians already know facts from fallacy. So it's very beautiful that people are beginning to see things for what they are. And we were talking about the whole Hausa saga and chasing Hausas out of Onitsha. We are going to point out some interesting facts that some people do not know, in addition to what we've already said before. Mr. Peter Obi did not chase Hausas out of Onitsha. In fact, he even gave them, he rented out a government house to them and allowed them stay there. I didn't even know until recently that he also celebrates Salah. So I don't understand where someone would see someone like that destroying our stars, destroying their place of worship, and chasing them out of Anambra State, because it doesn't even make sense. That means it's hypocritical, which it definitely isn't. So that is that on that. Now moving on, let's look at another very funny allegation that was made against Mr. Peter Obi. They said that Peter Obi drove Nzogo Kaduna to kill the Saldana of Sokoto, and during the time that this coup happened, Mr. Peter Obi was only 2 years old. So it's amazing what 2 years old can do. It's amazing. It's amazing what 2 years old can do. They can just drive. They know how to drive. They already have their driver's license.
Yeah.
They can drive people to commit coup and all that. Shout out to every 2-year-old out there doing great things. Yeah. This is crazy. Shout out to every 2-year-old. People are doing well.
It's incredible.
This is funny.
Wow.
Another point, Mr. Picard.
Yes. Okay, moving on. The third one from me, they said Obi should explain his relationship with former military administrator, Governor Ibim Prince Will, and Colonel Ernest Kizito Atta of Cross River State, whom he helped as a conduit to fleece Cross River State government, thus contributing to the underdevelopment of the state. Okay, let's respond to that. With what they wrote, would they believe if Obi defines the relationship as cordial? Whoever has dealt with Obi would attest that he is faithful to everybody, and because of that, no sincere person who has ever related with him doubts his character, nor would see reasons not to believe or have trust in him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think the man's character speaks for him.
Yeah,
okay. Does. So let's go back to the time he was governor of Anambra State. Yeah. And he has mentioned it several times during this campaign, okay, that if you find a relative of his that was given contracts or even appointments, that he's going to quit the race.
He said that.
Can you imagine that? Yes. Yes. That if you find a relative of his that he gave contracts while he was governor of Anambra State, that he's going to quit the race. And that tells you a lot about the man. He has the heart for the people, and he's not the kind of person that would, be bribed or, forced into doing shady businesses.
Yeah, and then not just his relatives. He also said that we should verify, we should cross-check or investigate the people that are working with him. His vice president, he said that on that, if you can find any criminal charge on Dati Baba Ahmed, that he would stop campaigning. And my mom told me that she was scared because how can you be this sure of somebody that he should calm down and all that? But I'm like, this is the kind of confidence that you carry when you know you've done your research and that you are sure that your research is actually true. Sometimes you do something or there's not 100% there's no 100% trust in that research. So I'm happy that Mr. Peter Obi is someone who has also told us that if you want to stop corruption, you have to start with yourself and the people that are working with you. So he takes his time. This just speaks highly of how much time he takes to ensure that the people that are in his corner are as uncorrupt as he is. So that's on that. I have another point here that is I'm going to skip to that point really fast because it's very funny. So okay, they said that Obi should explain the mystery behind his father's death.
Okay.
That Peter Obi lost his dad as a result of his drug dealings, and that his father had to be drowned to pay for what he did in the drug. Sometimes I read these things, I can't even finish a sentence and I start laughing because it's just really ridiculous. Let's now go back. This one I don't even need to respond. I will tell you fact because we've done a little check when we saw that Josephat Obi, that's Mr. Peter Obi's father, died in 1968.
Yeah.
When Mr. Peter Obi was barely 7 years old. So again, shout out to every 7-year-old that is doing drugs. having drugs, and how would you kill your father after your father is already dead? That is just crazy. And then these people that are doing these things, they are very lazy in the sense that they lack the time and the energy to actually conduct a research. It's not even believable. It isn't.
It's really shameful that they will come up with all of these kind of accusations, and all this talk about drug dealing and all of that. The man has never been indicted in a court, or even, you know, the matter hasn't even been brought to a court, or somebody accused him in court or about the drug dealing, unlike some people that we know that had court cases in the USA regarding the drug dealing. So I just think that they should just put this matter of the drug dealing to rest, okay, because there is no point in it. At all.
There's really no point. We are going to leave the rest for tomorrow, but before I do that, there's one point that I want to touch on before we go. I'm sorry if I laugh, but I'm going to read this. So it says, just as Peter Obi professes his Catholicism for political speak English, okay, we asked him to summon the moral courage and explain to Catholic faithful his relationship with the Olumba OBU called sect, where his wife is a known member. Really, it is also a record that Peter Obi met the wife at a nightclub in Auchi. The lady had 2 children from 2 different men, an albino and a Ghanaian. I mean, the African Catholic is there to wear this wife in the church. Oh my goodness. For goodness sake, can you people be real for a minute? Let's just be real. What is all this? This is like 3 accusations in one. Peter Obi is part of Olumba. I've never heard of that. What's that? What's that? I don't know. Then his wife, he met her at a nightclub. Is this not funny to you? Am I the only person that is sounding really, really ridiculous to? Because this is pure fallacy. And I think these people should go into comedy at this point. And what is it with the wife having 2 children from 2 different men? Can you imagine that Pika having 2 children, one albino and the other one Ghanaian? And we've not seen any other. We've not even. Okay, so now the answer to this is, first of all, they're asking the writers to post the pictures of these children. That's just what we want. Just post their pictures.
Give us evidence.
Just give us pictures of the children. And then he now went on to say that Obi is a complete Catholic, however, with refined respect for other religions.
Yes, as the gentleman that we know Peter Obi to be, he has respect for other religions. Yes. And you know what's funny is that, what is the bad thing if you met your wife in a nightclub? Is it so terrible? And
no, it's the way they said it. They said they met the wife, that he met the wife at a nightclub, and he had 2 children already. One for an albino man, the other for a Ghanaian.
When you look at Margaret Obi, she's a very gracious woman. You see the woman,
virtuous, excellent.
So it's just unbelievable, where these people get these rumors and accusations from, because it's totally unfounded and there's no basis for it
at all.
Yeah, just to chip in, the movie that Edochie just made, I saw the way they portrayed both Peter Obi and the wife.
Oh my God, what time you watched that?
I can't tolerate that. I don't have the patience to see that because it's just the trailer that I saw on social media, yes. And just from the trailer, the way that the depiction of Mr. Peter Obi and his wife, it was so terrible. It was so terrible. So like,
how terrible?
It is like 0/10. 0/10. It was like a caricature. It was a caricature. And then they went ahead to title it Peter Obi, the name of the movie. The guts. I don't know why people are not suing people in this country. The guts, and it's not like it's like a biography or something of Peter Obi. It's just mediocrity at its worst. Okay, so it was a very poor depiction of Mr. Peter Obi and Margaret Obi, and it's very shameful that whoever it is that is responsible for that would put that out. All right, so
can we just see how heartbreaking this is? Are you for real? Because do you know why I'm shocked? Because I was actually happy when I saw that. We actually even put it on the screen for people to see, and this is just a perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover, because honestly, I was seeing that and I'm saying, oh, they are going to promote.
You know that people just want to sell with Peter Obi. That is like the biggest marketing you can get.
That's
the biggest
madness.
clout now that you can get for yourself is when you have anything and you put Peter Obi on it. So they had to go name the movie Peter Obi.
He dressed like Peter Obi. Why?
He dressed like him. He spoke like him. You know, he all has this very deep voice.
But
so
Peter Obi doesn't have a
imagine
deep voice.
that's the thing now. So imagine you're talking. It was just like a caricature. It was like a joke. Everything was a joke, and it was poorly written script. The locations poor, as in it was just terrible and awful to watch. Just the trailer. It was about a minute or two trailer, 2 minutes trailer, and it was awful. I couldn't even stand it. It's so bad that our people will, you know, degenerate to such levels, okay? You know, there are other ways to make money, okay? You can earn a good living from an honorable thing, not this kind of thing. And it's for someone like you, Leduce, who has been involved in so many controversies and
like,
in the recent past.
I'm actually physically holding myself back.
This is another low for him.
This is below the belt. This is below the belt. So I'm not going to say anything because I know once I start, I will not be able to end this. Everyone will just scatter. Okay, I'm definitely going to watch out for that trailer just because.
After the show, I'm going to show it to you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much for that. I have no words at this point because that just threw me off balance. But we are going to end here for now. We want to continue this tomorrow when hopefully Jessica is going to join us as usual. I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I did. It was a roller coaster of emotion. I was happy in the beginning and then I was shocked in the end. Alright, thank you guys for joining in. We're asking that you engage. Please engage, drop your comments. What else would you want us to talk about? Who would you want to see on the show with us? How do you feel about the show? Stuff like that, just drop it in the comment section. We are at Obidasi Family TV on all social media platforms. And you can choose to follow us on our individual social media platforms just to see what we're up to. I'm at Sharon Enem Chuku. It's showing on your screen. Wow, wow. And Mr. Pikat.
All right, I hope that mine is going to show on the screen too. I'm at official PCatch, official PKACH across all social media platforms. All right, you just see, like I predicted, it's not showing, but it's fine. It's fine. It's
my God, it's a woman's world. Don't worry. It's a woman's world. All right, that will be a wrap from us. Till we'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Do not watch the Peter Obi movie, and bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Honestly.